Hello everyone, welcome back to a lovely Sunday in August. Hope you're all well. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been out, it's a couple of weeks since we've done anything. Filming on the Insta360 today, so hopefully it all look well. But we'll wait and see. Let's see how this camera copes in today's weather. Anyway, we're back out. We're going to go on the back lawn again today. Just before we go, obviously we've got the competition running. See previous video on how to enter that and what you need to do. I think that closes back end of this week, 22nd of August or something like that. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, by the way, so we're on the back lawn again today, and yeah, it's looking a bit. Oof, a lot of things going on. So Hunter's decided to have a good the old dolphin shark, what do you want to call it, whale. Started pulling his guts out, sit in the corner a little bit, so got some damage. But over here, there's an interesting thing. So don't know how well it comes up on camera, but this area here has been really struggling. There's a line, hopefully you can see, that's tracking all the way down there and round, bends round. Now, I'm not sure what it is. I think it could be doing with the trees, like what's under the ground here. I remember last year when I actually did kill it off and rotivated it, it was lovely fluffy soil here, not a lot of clay. Whereas this side, there's a lot more clay here and it is a lot more difficult. And that was very tilthy, very nice. So maybe it's a bit more sand in here. The sand I've added makes it drain through, I don't know. But it's looking a little bit better because yesterday I had the water on the impact just cutting across this area here, just to get some water down to try and help it. But again, it's improved slightly, but we're going to try and bring it on again. Tomorrow morning, I think I'll put the sprinkler on here for about half an hour, give it a bit of a dose and go from there. But last time we were on here, we applied the Weedol as well. So not only are we struggling with the retention of water to keep the grass happy, we're looking for some of the weeds that were around here. Now, they're my socks and my sliders, if you've seen them. I do apologise for that. Is that one? Oh, so the Weedol, you can see, it's worked ridiculously well. So that's one of them. One of the weeds that were there. That's one of the milk thistle, I think it was. It was right low to the ground. So yeah, there we go. That's the remnants of that. I've got any plantain. There's a plantain plant around here somewhere. Should have flagged them. Can't see. I don't know if you can see properly in this night. I'm struggling to see. But one's dead. One. There's 7 now. Well, there's one. There's another milk thistle. So it's got all crisp and dry. Hopefully you can see that. So yeah, that's the remnants of another weed. There's another one slowly dying off. You see it's going brown on the tips. So yeah, the Weedol's doing its job, it looks like. It's obviously not affecting any form of grass plant pollen and stuff like that. So step 1, we're looking quite good. So we'll go on to step 2 now, but it's a bit of a step 1.5. So I intend to do my renovation at the last week of August. So following the bank holiday that week. Finn's having a sleepover, so he's got his friends coming over, so they want to play football. So as soon as we've done that and had 8 kids destroying the house, once we fix the house, we'll come in, we'll rip up the lawn. I might get them to do it and get some cheap child labour and just say, hey lads, do this and have a KFC. No. So have a look at getting that done then. But in the interim, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over with a Scarifier. Now why am I doing that? Well, I'm going to try and do that now. I'm going to do a couple of things, really, because Mushy asked the question about the moto-tek cartridge. So he's asked, is it worth getting a moto-tek cartridge for his lawn? And go check his page out. I'll link it here. He's got a beautiful lawn. He's using Poa supina. Now, not all Poa is bad because his lawn is beautiful. So Poa supina is a different type of grass plant. It thrives in shade, and it's a very invasive type of grass from what I've read. So that's going to take over his lawn, and it's good. It looks really good. And I've been thinking about getting it on over the other side of the fence where it gets shade and we struggle in the winter. But he's asked the question, is it worth getting one versus a standard Verticutter or Scarifier? So yesterday, on the front, I actually went over with the power rake on the front, so the springtime attachment in the Von House. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get out all three today. Well, I'll say all three. I'm going to get the Verticutter out. I'm going to try the power rake, and I'm going to try the Scarifier, and I'm going to get out what's it called? The Bosch. I'm going to get the Bosch out of retirement, and we're just going to see the difference, probably in these areas here, because we've got a bit more grass, and see what kind of rubbish it pulls up. It's obviously not going to be a perfect experiment, but it gives a good idea. But then it'll pull out some of the rubbish out the lawn already to try and ease the burden that we're going to have when it comes to filling the bin up for when I come to completely scalp it, scarify it, overseed it, top dress it, and all that. So that's the intention why I'm going to do that today. I know it's a bit hot. Temperatures have dropped. They're dropping slightly. It's around about 22, 23 degrees, so I think we'll be fine. But it's just to try and ease the burden and just give it a go for mushy, and just try and let people know, is it worth getting the cartridge? I love the cartridge. I think it's great, but some people might not want to get it. So we'll do that now. First of all, obviously, we're going to have to tidy up some move stuff, move the patio furniture which is on the wall, because that's a sun trap, and sort him out. And yeah, we'll go from there. So let's crack on. Like, subscribe. Hopefully we can see what we've got. Start over here. So what I tried to do is, because the catches aren't the best ever in the world when using these machines, I thought, right, I'll fasten open the door on the Bosch, put it up and down, and it wasn't leaving much. So I'll put the catcher back on, and here we go. This is what we've got. So, you know, a little bit of dead matter, cutting through to thin out the sward, the grass. Yeah, so it's done a reasonable job there. So lightly cut through, not too much damage. As you can see, we walk over the area, light grooves in the lawn across, so we can see which stump of grass, and this would help us also with lateral grasses cutting with the rotary. Next stop, as you can see, is the power rake. So again, similar kind of result. A lot of the grass in there will cut out laterally, pulled out laterally. That being left in there will eventually cause thatch, I believe. Now the surprising thing is how aggressive we've gone on with a Scarifier. Hey, look at that. That is absolutely mental. And this is the reason why I want to try and get some of this stuff out now before we do the renovation, because we'll be struggling on bin space, because I've only got one bin. And this is just from 2 passes across the lawn, all this dead stuff. So it's done a really good job. Now those eagle-eyed viewers may have spotted that on the Bosch I went on level 2 or 3. I'll have a quick look now. Level 2, so 4 is higher, so second to lowest setting on that. When we went on with a power rake, I believe we went on at 3 or 2 The Scarifier we went on at 1, and the Groomer we went on at 4. Now, reasons behind it: the cartridges that you get from moto-tek are around about 4 inches in diameter. The stuff that you get standard with the actual machines are around about 5 inches in diameter. So I had to drop it to try and get a bit more of an even spread. But this is what we've got with the Groomer. And again, he's pulled up all this. Now, what I would say is, you can use a Scarifier if you want to. You don't need to get a moto-tek cartridge. But the moto-tek cartridge hasn't gone in as deep as what the Scarifier would be doing, I believe. Also, you've got more blades on here, so you're pulling out more thatch across the area at not a deeper level. So we may have gone a little bit deeper there than we have on that, and maybe about half an inch. But you can see the difference. I mean, I've raked up here, so it's pulled up some more stuff. So let's see, there's stuff that it's not collected. Whereas we go on this side, most of it has been collected by the machine. So there could be a bit more stuff to put on that pile, but would it be as big as a Scarifier one? Maybe not, maybe not. So there you are, Mushy. The grooming cartridge is good. It pulls out a lot more thatch than what you do with a power rake or a Bosch Verticutter. However, if you go on a lower level with a high level on your machine with a Scarifier, you pull out a lot, but you could be doing a bit more damage to the grass. So that's where we're at. A good experiment, that. I'm shocked. That's blown me away. That's blown me away. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go over with said Scarifier attachment today on level 1 and just across the whole grass, and I'm just going to get rid of as much of this stuff because, like I say, I want to make sure the bin's full. It gets emptied tomorrow, and then when they come, I'll put some products on it later on, make it all nice, and then when it comes to renovating it, we'll be in a good position. Hopefully a lot of the dead matter, that little bit of crap will be out, and then we'll go from there. So we'll put that back in, go across the whole lawn. I'm going with a hater. I'm going to go on with a reel. We'll have a think about that today, and then we'll go from there. So let's swap the cartridges out so we can pull out all the crap, and that'll help the lawn breathe better. It'll help it not get sticky, help the nutrients get down to the roots, and yes, we'll make the lawn look really nice. So we'll do that now. So there we go on that bit. I think we're still on the microphone. Obviously we're going to put some seed and sand and stuff down here, try and level it up, make it look nice better. Get rid of some of these leaves. That's the issue that we're going to have when it comes to it, is falling leaves and stuff like that, but we're not going to fleece it because it's too expensive. But yeah, we'll get the hater out and give it a suck up now. Get rid of all this, try and squeeze it in the bin because it's already overflowing, and we should go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, we were all over the place because I'm in States, not got the old gimbal on. I'm doing like Phil's in his videos, Chase. Tyler speaking into a microphone because I can't bother putting it on my ship. No, so it actually doesn't look three bad, to be honest, after the amount of stuff we pulled out. Yeah, so I'm happy with that, and I think it'll be even better in a week after we put some stuff on. So I'll be doing that later on because obviously we're going to have a brew now, enjoy the garden for a bit, and this evening I'm going to spray some products on. So I'll edit that again. So coming out, I'm just prepping the old Oregon sprayer for this evening's fun and games. Just putting on some bio booster at double rate because of how bad this side is over there with the trees, even though it's looking a bit better. And then standard rate of the ICL 1500 Cal Mag, so give it a bit of a, hopefully boost the colour. Iron, I'm not a big fan of using iron because it sometimes when I spray it, it clogs the sprayer and stuff like that. I did mention earlier on I've been given some lovely gifts from Nutrima. So I was going to be using the clay drainer wetting agent in this mix, so I started mixing it up, and as soon as I poured it into my little YouTube bullet jug thing and measured it out 100ml for the area, it started to coagulate straight away. It turned into like pasty glue kind of thing. So always make sure before you start mixing into tanks and stuff like that that using new products they're compatible. That isn't, so I'm going to avoid it this time. I'll try it again another time because yeah, it's a bit of a pain. The other thing is I have had a few issues with this. I've mentioned a few times that the old sprayers getting me into a bit of bother, it seems. Yeah, I will get a new one at some point, mate. Don't worry about it. I am looking at the one that you suggested. But a little bit of housekeeping for everyone. If you've got an Oregon sprayer or any sprayer, I'm assuming, inside here, it's not inside that bit. Where is it? It's down at the other end. There's a little filter. I'm making this video longer than what it should be. I think it's down here. Yes. I'll scound after this because there's last night's goodies in here with a bit of iron. And, yeah, I think the iron. So there's a little filter here, and that does get clogged up very easily, especially when you're using some products like I do. I think it's more that doesn't help. The motor, with it being so thick and gunky, and I think that caused some issues. So just once a month, just give it a check, make sure it's working well, and get a better coat of spray across the lawn. So yeah, it's just fortunately we're not going to try the Nutrima wetting agent this time. I did have a look, see if we've got any dish soap. We haven't got any left, so I don't think I'd like to put some wetting agent down, but we haven't got any surfactants. So yeah, that's it. So we'll be back out in a minute. Once I spray, I feel like Michael from OCD Lawn Care, the way I'm talking to the camera like this. Probably well. But yeah, it's just a case of spraying this on, and then in a couple of days' time, mowing it, keep on mowing. When the lads have the party, they should be able to play football, and it should be lovely nice. The ground underneath is nice and firm now because we've removed a lot of the crap from it. And also, main point in the video, verticutting unit, the grooming cartridge. Should you get one? I think you should, because Scarifier does do a job, but it is very aggressive, and if you have shortcut turf, it's going to go straight into the turf straight away and cause issues, which is why I switched over on that side, which was shorter. Anyway, on that, I've waffled on too long. Like, subscribe, competition, have a look at this previous video for the competition, and we'll see you all next time. I'll be the same.